Just 2 years ago, the Broncos gave up multiple first-round picks and multiple starters to bring Russell Wilson to Denver. And now, the Broncos have cut Russell Wilson, eating the largest dead cap hit in NFL history, $85 million to be exact. And this move surprised no one. Russell Wilson's play was declining, and he certainly wasn't worth the massive contract. But think about Russell Wilson in his final few seasons with Seattle. He certainly was a declining player back then. He wasn't as productive. He wasn't as mobile as he once was. Yet, when the Broncos gave up a massive haul to acquire Russell Wilson, we thought that the Broncos had won the trade, or at the very least, paid a fair price to acquire Wilson. And there were two main reasons for this. One, we thought that Pete Carroll and the Seahawks were idiots for not utilizing Russell Wilson effectively. We thought that Pete handicapped Wilson with a misfit offensive scheme and wasn't allowing Russ to cook. If a team created an offensive game plan tailored to Wilson's strengths, Russ would be an MVP candidate immediately. So, when the Broncos acquired Russ, we thought that the Broncos would allow Russ to play to his strengths and the Broncos would start winning immediately. And the second reason why we thought Russ would succeed in Denver was because of the GOAT, Tom Brady. Before Brady went to the Buccaneers and won a Super Bowl, we lived in a much different world. A world where the careers of professional athletes had a realistic expiry date. But when Brady left New England and won Tampa a Super Bowl at the age of 43, we all thought that we had ushered into a new era. If Brady could leave New England after 20 years and win a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers at the age of 43, surely a 33-year-old Russell Wilson could help the Broncos win for the next 7 years. So what if Russell's numbers were declining in his last few seasons with the Seahawks? Brady wasn't also as productive in his last season with the Patriots, now was he? And just like how Brady bounced back with Tampa, Russell would return to form once he joined the Denver Broncos. Turns out, neither of these assumptions were true. Pete Carroll wasn't the idiot we thought he was, and quarterbacks aren't meant to be playing winning football into their 40s. The reality behind Russell's declining play was much simpler and sadder. Wilson was just regressing as a player. We all know that you can't win in the NFL without a competent quarterback. Yet, two Super Bowl winning head coaches have now decided to move on from Russell Wilson. Both Pete Carroll and Sean Payton had Russell Wilson in the building, yet they decided their teams would be better without Russ as their starting quarterback. I don't think any franchise can turn back the clock and return Russ to his glory days. Yet, despite his disappointing stay in Denver, Russ will get another shot. With multiple teams desperate for a quarterback, another franchise will give Russ an opportunity to redeem himself, albeit at a much cheaper price.